What's up, guys? Today we're taking a look at the most anticipated KWA handgun of 2011. Today we're doing a review of the KWA ATP. I purchased this gun off of Airsoft GI for $130. Hope you enjoy the review.
As my world turns, the heart beats not only in my chest, but the heart in the street. So when they feel this, they feel me, but I can't feel nothing.
The ATP comes in a cardboard box that says KWA Engineered to Outperform, which is true because KWA makes the best handguns to date. Once you open the box, you can see the gun comes with a lot of goodies, and they are a very detailed KWA owner's manual, which is all very well written in English because KWA is, in America. The owner's registration card, you can do this online or you can send this in through mail. A KWA sticker, which I've already put on my iPhone case. Your KWA warranty, which is 45 days and tells you what voids the warranty, what you can do to get it fixed. Probably it has the longest warranty out on the market today, 45 days. A small bottle of silicone oil, which is good for lubing your gun and lasts quite a while. A separate back strap for your grip if you do not like the smaller one. This one actually does come on the gun, but the smaller one, it was more comfortable for me, so I put that one on. A loading tool, which isn't very useful. It's actually kind of hard to use. And then the hop-up adjustment tool, and I will get into this in further detail later. Last but not least, you'll get the gun and a magazine. I'm going to start off with the plastic and metal parts of this gun. The slide is metal. The barrel is metal, unlike other NS2 pistols. The plastic orange tip, which actually comes off fairly easily and makes the gun look a lot better. The spring guide is actually plastic, but I don't see this breaking on you anytime soon. The sights are both plastic and adjustable for windage. The trigger is plastic. The slide release is metal. The two tabs that disassemble the gun are metal. The magazine is obviously metal, and the base plate of the magazine is hard plastic. And the lower frame is a very well built polymer, which you could drop this from like 20 feet and this will stay very sturdy. This is what the real guns are made of. This kind of polymer is very nice. And it has a nice texture on it, and it feels great when you're holding it. First things first, there's one big con about this gun. This is easily fixable by just a few modifications, not even really modifications, but the rear sight is very loose. Like, you can just push it straight out like that. You can always buy a new sight for it, like a new Glock sight with the U sight instead of the two dots, but the sight does move around quite a lot and you have to adjust it every time you hit it, because it's kind of difficult getting it centered. That's pretty good actually. But a quick fix for this is just to simply put glue under it, slide it to your desired location, and just let it sit for a few hours, and it should be good. Some differences between this ATP in general and the older versions of the ATP when they first came out is the orange tips are no longer threaded. I guess KWA figured out that those orange tips were completely useless. And the trigger safety has been added, as you can see right here. And I'll go more into detail about this later. But the earlier ones did not have this trigger safety, and basically there was no safety at all. The trigger safety is actually the only safety on the weapon, which is, kind of a downer, but you just have to use your head. We're going to be starting from back to front on this gun, and the main thing about the lower frame is to replace the back strap, you have to punch out this pin right here, and then you can simply take it off and put this new one on, and then put the pin back in, and it should be good for a long while. That pin is not coming out. It took me like 10 minutes just to get that pin out. It's very tight in there. You need at least a hammer to get it out. You can also see the nice texture of the grip. You can see on the side panels, the back strap, the other side panel, and of course the front ones, which has these little grooves here for your fingers. This makes it very comfortable to hold. This is probably one of the most comfortable pistols I've ever held out there. The magazine is a double stacked 23 round magazine. To load it, KWA handguns have the special feature of the locking follower on the spring, which no other company does with all their gas bullet handguns. And I know WE does this with their 1911s, but that's just their 1911s. KWA does this with every single handgun they make. It's amazing, and I love KWA for doing this. It makes loading so much easier. So you pull down on the spring and just simply load your BBs in. Make sure they're double stacked. You have 23 rounds, and then all you have to do is push the bottom and let it go forward. I'm not exactly sure if the tip is metal. I know other KWA handguns are, but it doesn't feel metal, so I do not recommend letting the spring snap up when it's all the way down. What I do recommend is just pushing it and holding it and pulling it up very slowly. Make sure it doesn't break. On the back, you can see the bullet counter that goes all the way up to 17, like on the real Glock 17. And you can see the nozzle right there. And there is no real Glock trademark, of course, because KW got sued quite a few years ago for having trademarks without their permission. To load gas into the magazine, you want to pull down on this lever right here and just take the base plate off, and you just fill your gas like that. Now there is a hole on the top of the base, well, the bottom of the base plate, but I have tried loading green gas through there, and it is not long enough to actually get down in there. If you have a longer nozzle for your green gas can or propane can, I recommend using green gas because it lubricates your parts while you shoot. But when as long as you have a longer fill valve for your green gas, I'm sure it'll work fine. From here, you can see the slide release, which is a little bit different than a regular Glock slide release, but it actually works very well. And you can also see the back serrations on both sides of the slide to help you cock the gun. And of course, you can see your sights, which I explained earlier how they move around quite a lot. And the front and the rear sights both have white dots for faster target acquisition. And overall, the sights work great once you have them zeroed, and the gun is very, very accurate. Next, you can see the adaptive training pistol trademarks, which in my opinion don't look very good. I'd rather honestly have them blank, because it clearly gives it away as an airsoft handgun. Like I said about the double trigger safety, so basically the only way you can shoot this gun, let's say it's cocked, magazine's out just so I don't shoot it, and you can't pull the trigger if you don't have the middle trigger safety compressed. So if you're pulling on the sides, you cannot pull the trigger and the gun will not fire. If you put your whole finger on it and pull, it will fire. Now the trigger pull is very light. This whole gun is just amazing when it comes to shooting. Trigger pull is almost nothing, and it just feels really good. Here you can see the KWA trademark on the right side of the gun, and the small rail on the bottom of the frame for mounting flashlights or lasers. And then of course on the bottom here in the silver plate, you can see your serial number, if my camera will focus, right there. They are unique serial numbers, and you can use these serial numbers to register your gun on KWA's website. I'm gonna get into some further disassembly of this gun. So first of all, like I said, take out the magazine and make sure the gun is cocked, and then pull down your two levers and the slide will come off. The lower frame you don't really have to do much with. You just have to oil these rails. Make sure they're lubed up, you know, not too much. You don't want to drench the gun in lube, just enough so the slide functions, you know, well. Like I said, the lower frame is completely polymer, and you know, whatever. On the slide, to take out your recoil spring, you simply just lift it out. It's pretty easy. Like I said, the spring guide is plastic. You can get garter, upgraded springs, and spring guides, but that'll also put more wear on your gun. So I don't recommend. You can get those because KWA handguns are pretty durable, but if you don't really mind, you know, the gun shoots great with a regular spring, so it's fine. Then from there, you just take out the barrel, push down on the chamber a little bit and pull forward, and then you can just take out the barrel like that. And then the inner barrel just kind of slides out. And then from there, you can see your inner barrel, which is a 6.05 barrel. and it's very, very accurate. Like I said, you can get Type 4 barrels for Glock 17 by K2As, but the stock barrel is amazing as it is. And you can see the little O-ring at the top of the barrel, so it'll keep stable inside the outer barrel. Now, just so you know, the outer barrel does not actually come silver. I did this myself. I do like custom work on my pistols, and I just sanded off the paint, and I think it looks pretty good. It's not super shiny, like super chrome, but it looks like it's been like used. It looks pretty good, in my opinion. If you don't like it, then I don't really care. But to put it back together, put your inner barrel inside your outer barrel, and then you're gonna put it into the slide and just let it slide back. Now put the front end, you can see the back is flat and the front has a little nub at the front. You put the front end inside the hole, and then you just line it up right there, make sure it's straight, and then like I said, you just put it back on the rails, and you should be ready to go. Now I will show you how to adjust your hop up. First, you don't have to take out the magazine, but it is a little bit easier. You have to pull the slide back just a little bit, just a little, so you can see the hole, you can see the adjustment wheel. It's kind of hard to see, it's kind of dark in there, but if you'll see it when you have the gun. And what you do is you just take that and you have to see these little teeth. They'll go on the little teeth that were on the inner barrel, and you just twist it. You can actually hear a little clicking noise so you know it's adjusting. It's very easy to adjust the hop up. You don't have to take the entire gun apart like old Tokyo Marui guns, like their Glocks. You have to take apart the entire gun just to adjust the hop up. But this gun is fairly easy to adjust the hop up with, take apart, and it's just a very easy gun to use. In the shooting test here that you're watching right now, I'm using Matrix .23 gram BBs and green gas. I'm shooting from about 50 to 75 feet away in my backyard, and as you can see, the gun does not have much kick at all, which I kind of like. I don't really want too much kick because then my accuracy would be thrown off. The ATP is actually made from, the slide is a metal alloy, and it's extremely light, so you don't get the same kick you would get from other guns like, let's say, HFCs or other K2A products like the M93R. Like, that gives a lot of recoil. Here you can see no ammo left. And switching to the first person view, I'm not really aiming at anything, but I am actually hitting the box, which is good because I'm not even aiming. It's just like, this is just a point and shoot gun. Honestly, if you pick it up and you shoot this thing, you will know that it just feels good. And you can use this gun as a primer if you really wanted to. You can buy the K2 or KSC extended Glock magazine, which has 50 rounds. And if you didn't know, this is compatible with most KSC and Glock parts. Magazines, the slide will actually work, barrels, springs, nozzles, all the same. The nozzle on the ATP is NS2, so I don't see why you'd want to switch it. If you're looking for a great gas blowback handgun out of the box, then the KWA ATP is the choice for you. It's got great accuracy and good FPS for indoor use. If you couldn't get your hands on an old KWA G Series or M Series, then the KWA ATP is a great substitute. It works like a Glock, looks like a Glock, and it uses all the old Glock parts, like their magazines, the nozzle, barrel, all the parts from the old G Series, like the Glock 17, are usable in the ATP. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and thanks to Airsoft GI. Later, guys.